So that would bypass uranium mining companies, right? If they can convert waste to high-assay, low-enriched uranium, this company would be worth a fortune. They would be solving a massive problem. So in theory, they could do it. Can ASP Isotopes skyrocket and provide life-changing returns? What we do on this channel is try to find undiscovered assets that are in the early stages of a mega trend that can provide those life-changing returns, right? So can ASP Isotopes deliver? Well, what is ASP Isotopes? ASPI's advanced technology delivers 20 years of research and development history to enrich isotopes in varying levels of atomic mass. Our goal is to use innovative technology to become an indispensable supplier of enriched isotopes to three multi-billion-dollar end markets, right? Medical, semiconductors, and nuclear energy. So for medical, opportunity to be one of the few producers in the undersupplied global medical isotopes market, which is anticipated to grow from $5 billion in 2022 to $11.4 billion in 2032. What about semiconductors, right? These are huge growth industries. The global semiconductor market is on track to surpass $1 trillion by 2030. ASPI is partnering with the global semiconductor industry to supply large quantities of silicon-28 through 2030 and beyond to allow the industry to unlock the significant performance benefits that arise from switching to silicon-28 nanowires. Semiconductors are all the rage. They're needed for artificial intelligence, so they're providing a key component to advance semiconductors. That's pretty massive, right? Then nuclear energy. ASPI's subsidiary, Quantum Leap Energy, is looking to address the multi-billion-dollar opportunity in the nuclear sector by applying its quantum enrichment technology to uranium to produce the essential fuels for next-generation nuclear power plant. So let's dive into exactly what that means. So what is an isotope? Isotopes are variations of atoms, the smallest units of matter that retain all the chemical properties of an element. Isotopes are forms of a chemical element with specific properties. Given their unique properties, isotopes are highly valuable in various fields. This is really interesting. When you look at the isotope supply chain, we have Russia, which is 85%, and the rest of the world. So we know Western economies are trying to move away from Russia. It will be very interesting what Trump does, but they're trying to move away from Russia currently. So if this company can fill the gap for the West, that would be massive. So these are their technologies, right? Aerodynamic separation process, and then quantum enrichment. This is how they're going after uranium, right? Quantum enrichment technology employs precisely tuned lasers and quantum mechanical principles to effectively separate isotopes based on their unique transition energies. So currently there are severe shortages of all medical isotopes. Very positive for this company. And this company is providing isotopes for these end markets, right? Carbon dating and pharmacokinetic tracing, SPECT scan imaging, PET scan imaging, oncology treatments. These are multi-billion-dollar end markets that are going to be using isotopes. And that's what this company provides. And so this is the roadmap of this company when it comes to medical isotopes, right? Carbon-14 dating, they're anticipating market entry by 2024. We're there. Molybdenum 100, molybdenum 98. Those are all 2024. And then the rest are saying 2025 and beyond, right? So there's plans for future growth as they start to roll out these isotopes. What about the opportunity in semiconductors, right? Think NVIDIA, think AMD, think Intel, these massive semiconductor companies, right? We want to be exposed to that space. That's what this company does. ASPI can establish itself as an indispensable part of the semiconductor supply chain. Our goal is to become the world's leading supplier of enriched silicon-28. Preliminary research suggests that enriched silicon-28 can deliver superior conductivity and transformational performance, unlocking greater computing potential, right? What is the most important technology on the planet right now? Computational power, right? Big tech, everyone is investing a fortune to increase their computational power. What this company is saying they can do is unlock greater computing potential. That's pretty massive for this company, right? Data centers, AI, consumer electronics, EVs, quantum computing, right? So this is cutting edge technology. So although naturally occurring silicon is a good conductor of electricity, it is not a good conductor of heat when it is reduced to very small sizes. Silicon-28, which is what they've developed, is an isotopically pure form of silicon, presents a solution to that problem. Its thermal conductivity is about 60% higher, right? This is very technical, but very important. Our technology has demonstrated the potential to produce enriched silicon-28 at a commercial scale. We expect to supply semiconductor companies with highly enriched silicon-28 from 2024 and beyond. Okay, now let's talk about the opportunity in nuclear energy, right? A lot of people that follow this channel are big into nuclear. This company is saying they're going to revolutionize the future of uranium and nuclear technology. Let's see exactly what they're doing, right? The problem is well known. Solving it is not straightforward. Global electricity production needs to double by 2050, and net zero targets have been set across the world, right? Uranium is going to fill that gap. So there's a huge need for electricity, right? Huge need for nuclear energy. Small modular reactors are the next wave in nuclear energy. The world is moving to a new type of nuclear reactor, SMRs. We cover that all the time on this channel. Now, HALEU supply, right? High assay, low enriched uranium. That's what we cover. It's in a multi-decade supply crunch. They're saying it's a growing concern for SMRs because it's scarce, right? Current commercial light water reactors use low enriched uranium fuel, which has less than 5% U content. Many SMRs and advanced reactors will require high assay low enriched uranium with U enrichment up to 19.75%. So this is the annual US demand growth for HALEU just skyrocketing out to 2034. So what does their technology do? Quantum enrichment can separate isotopes of most elements, achieving desired enrichment in a single step. So I think what they're saying is they can start to enrich this uranium with their technology, making it usable for these SMRs. So there are different ways of enriching uranium. We have gaseous diffusion, centrifugation, atomic vapor user isotope separation, separation of isotopes by laser excitation, and then quantum leap energy. That's their technology. They're saying it's low capital, high speed, single stage, right? More efficient. And overall, what they're saying is it's better than every other method. Our team have used lasers to enrich many different metals, including uranium, lithium, zirconium, and zinc. That's pretty massive. So uranium supply has been in a state of sustained deficit since 2018, which is widening due to years of underinvestment in uranium assets. Meanwhile, demand continues to grow. So what these guys are doing is enriching uranium, right? So currently, there's no Western supplier of high assay low enriched uranium. HALEU would likely cost $18,000 per kilogram. Many SMR companies base their business plans assuming HALEU under $10,000 per kilogram. We believe quantum enrichment may allow for HALEU production at significantly lower prices versus current indicative prices. So this is what goes into the cost of high assay low enriched uranium. We have the ore, right? That's what uranium miners provide. In red, we have the conversion cost, and in green, we have the enrichment cost. So what they're saying is they can shrink the green line down. That is solving a massive problem. And they're saying there's a potential to close the loop on nuclear waste. We believe that our technology can process the waste of nuclear into HALEU, potentially providing a solution to this growing environmental problem. So that would bypass uranium mining companies, right? If they can convert waste to high assay low enriched uranium, this company would be worth a fortune. They would be solving a massive problem. So in theory, they could do it, right? The question remains to be seen, right? They're not exactly doing that right now because they're still in the R&D stage, and it will most likely take years for this to play out. If we can secure access to this nuclear waste at an attractive cost, we should be able to produce HALEU at highly competitive prices. So that is truly massive if they can do that. Currently, though, they're in the R&D stage, right? And it doesn't appear they have a concrete target for when they can actually make this happen. So just something to keep an eye on. Obviously, it's incredibly early stage, nothing concrete, but massive potential for their technology. Now, who is using their technology? Our team has designed and constructed lasers for the following customers: MATA, Lockheed Martin, Airbus, Raytheon, right? The military industrial complex is using this technology. NASA, UCLA, US Air Force, right? So now let's talk about the financials, right? Many companies can promise a great technology, but who is using it? Are they making money? Are they going to have to dilute their shareholders? Are they going to have to take on a massive amount of debt? Are they drowning in debt, right? These are all important questions. So let's look at the balance sheet, right? Total assets, $27.5 million. Small, right? Total liabilities, $9 million. So a tiny balance sheet, right? A truly tiny balance sheet. This is a very tiny company, but at least it's a pristine balance sheet, right? Their liabilities aren't bigger than their assets. That would be a problem. Let's look at their cash flow statement. This is really important, right? You always got to look at the financing cash flow section, right? So net common stock issuance, right? They are printing shares and dumping them on the market, right? In theory, that would be dilutive, right? Because your shares are worth less and less as more and more get dumped on the market, right? Unless they're using that money to develop some of the most revolutionary technology on the planet, which is what they're planning on doing. If they're successful, they can dilute their shareholders all day because the value of the stock will increase regardless, right? So they have to be successful, but that's what they're doing. They're issuing a ton of stock, right? Total revenue, puny, right? So they're still extremely early. $2.3 million versus cost of revenue, $1.5 million, gross profit, $800,000. It's not even worth talking about. That's so small. Their operating expenses, though, right? Last 12 months, they're spending $22 million, right? That's most likely research and development. So they're selling shares into the market, putting that into research and development, trying to develop truly revolutionary technology, right? This almost reminds me of a pharmaceutical stock. They have a great drug potentially. If it gets approved, the stock skyrockets. So if this technology can actually work, it skyrockets. It seems pretty legit. It really does. So it's really a risk. It's just monitoring, making sure that they can actually deliver on their promises, right? But incredibly early. Right now, the market is truly favorable to it. In the last year, it's gone from $1 to $9 and a market cap of 624 million. So it could be massive. It's just one of those risky companies. We've been covering a lot of SMR companies. They're all risky because we don't know if they can all truly deliver, right? Nanonuclear is one of the riskier ones. I would say this one is risky too. But if they can deliver, it will become a multi-billion-dollar company. So that's where diversification comes in. What venture capitalists do is they invest in a bunch of revolutionary early-stage stocks. Some can 100x, some will go to zero. Some can 1000x. That will offset all the ones that go to zero. So when investing in risky companies like this, it's kind of the only way is to diversify. But this one could be massive. They're not going to put uranium miners out of business anytime soon, right? They're not going to be able to go from nuclear waste to high assay low enriched uranium anytime soon. Looks like it's going to take years for that to play out, right? So the bull cases for uranium miners are still intact, but this is definitely one to watch.